Hey guys, I hope you're all well. Yes, living with HIV is easy. You probably think I'm absolutely bonkers suggesting such a thing, but the facts are it is. Now, what I'm talking about when I say living with HIV is easy, I'm talking about living with the virus itself. HIV is not a death sentence anymore. People living with HIV have got a normal lifespan, the same as someone who is negative. I take one tablet a day, that is it. And this is the tablet I take. It is called Biktarvy. So a tiny little tablet, that is the medication there. And in there is a month's worth of pills. And I get given 6 of those each time I go to the sexual health clinic. So I go to the sexual health clinic once every 6 months, so twice a year, and I will be given 6 packs of those. So 1 tablet a year, that lowers the amount of HIV in my body to an undetectable level, which then means it is impossible for someone who is living with HIV, who is on medication, to then pass on the virus to someone else. It cannot happen. Some people say, well, how is it being spread still then? That's a good question. I think roughly there is about 100,000 people in the UK living with HIV that are on medication, which means they are undetectable and cannot pass on HIV to a sexual partner. But there is also an estimated 5,000 people who are living with the virus that do not know they have it. You can have HIV for years before it really reveals itself or you get any symptoms. So this is why HIV is still being spread. It's been spread by people that don't know they have the virus. So living with HIV is easy. Yes, I'm going to say it. It is easy. I've spoken to many people who have said the same thing. The hard part about living with HIV in 2024 is the stigma. That is what is devastating lives. That is why you don't see many people talking about HIV, because of the shame and everything, the guilt and all of the stuff that is wrapped up with having this virus. It's not the virus itself that is difficult to live with. It isn't. It doesn't impact my life at all. I take one of these a day at 8:30 every night and have one visit to the clinic every 6 months. You know, how many people are there around the world that are on multiple medications each day, that are in and out of the hospital constantly? You know, my dad, who's made a video himself about this, has said he's on 9 tablets a day for diabetes, high cholesterol, you know, all sorts of different things. You know, and there are millions of people out there around the world that are in a similar position. You know, I take 1 tablet, that's it, that's the only medication I take. I'm 45 years old and I'm living with HIV and have been for the past 3 years. I'm in the best shape of my life while living with HIV. I'm in better shape now while living with HIV than before I had HIV. You know, so HIV has moved on. It's not the 1980s anymore. What hasn't moved on is the stigma. It's still stuck in the 1980s. People still think that in some cases that it is a death sentence, and it isn't a death sentence anymore. The lifespan of someone who's living with HIV is the same as someone who's living without HIV. In fact, when I spoke to my specialist some months ago, she told me on average now people living with HIV in the UK are actually living 18 months longer than people who are negative. And that is down to this amazing medication and also lifestyle changes. What I found with speaking to people that are living with HIV, and what my specialist told me as well, is that getting a diagnosis like HIV makes you reevaluate your life, and it certainly did with me, the way I was living. I don't take drugs anymore. I don't smoke. I don't drink alcohol. I eat as healthily as I can. I'm in the gym every single day, apart from a Sunday when I go to church. But I'm training 6 days a week and I'm looking after myself now, you know, which is increasing my chances of living a longer life. But even if I didn't train, people living with HIV are still living long lives. You know, that's the facts. So yes, I'm going to say it, living with HIV is easy, but it's the stigma that is still crippling people, and that is what needs to change. That is why I'm speaking about my diagnosis, because I want to play my part in hopefully bringing about some change in that area. You know, people say I'm brave doing what I'm doing. I don't think I am. I'm just doing something that I feel I have to do, you know, and that is educating people about this virus, because I'm living with it myself, and I've seen how people are being treated around the world, and quite frankly, it's awful. You know, there's people that are committing suicide because they have HIV. There's people that are being killed and murdered around the world just because they have this virus, and it's disgusting. And it needs to stop, and change needs to happen, and that is why I'm doing what I'm doing today. So I know it's a bit clickbaity, but HIV, the facts are it is easy to live with in 2024. 1 pill a day, that's it. That's how much HIV affects my life. But it's the stigma that is really truly harmful. So I hope you all have a fantastic week. Any comments, please leave them in the comment section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please subscribe, please share the video if you can, and hit the notification bell, and it will alert you to any future videos that I do. Other than that, I hope you all have a fantastic week, guys, and I shall catch you in the next one. Take care.